And so we continue the 13 areas that demons will use as legal rights from the series on Bible-Knowledge.com by Michael Bradley, dated February 23rd, 2021. In the last series, we covered the first of the sins, which is direct willful sin. The second sin listed in this series is called the occult. Another major area to look for in any dabbling whatsoever with any area of the occult. I'm talking about playing with a Ouija board even one time, or seeing a fortune teller or a psychic even one time. Just one time with any area of the occult could be a major door opener for demons. I cannot tell you how many emails we have received from people all around the world who have drawn demons into their lives as a result of dabbling or experimenting with different areas of the occult. And if by chance they have drawn demons into their lives as a result of dabbling with the occult, they will then draw in some of the stronger and more evil types of demons in Satan's kingdom. This specific sin area is nothing to mess around with. These demons are also the most violent type and the hardest ones to try and actually cast out. They will usually be the ones who will try and fight you tooth and nail before they will leave and pull out of the person. If the person you are dealing with has any type of occult activity whatsoever in the background, it'd be our strong recommendation that you also include this as a part of the legal rights to be taken care of with the Lord. We would also recommend that you print out our articles, The Dangers of the Occult, and give it to the person so they will have all of the verses from the Bible right at their fingertips on how deadly and dangerous a specific sin really is with the Lord. Here is a list of the specific occult activities that you will need to look for when interviewing the person. Sorry, I'm covering goosebumps here. As the list populated on the screen for me to read, it was pretty much the entire world's view of things. Fortune telling is number one on the list. Any kind, such as palm reading, crystal ball gazing, numerology, or seeing psychics. I think almost every newspaper in America has a fortune telling section. How sad. 2 is tarot cards. 3 is Ouija boards and automatic writing. I'm actually unfamiliar with automatic writing is. The article has a link there to explain this. 4 is seances and any involvement with mediums or spiritists. 5 is astrology and any form of horoscopes. Again, fortune telling and horoscopes in my mind were the same thing until I just read this. So there you go. Everything's kind of linked. There's one on here called 6 I Ching. I am unfamiliar with what this is, but it is listed. ICHING. 2 words. Hypnotism, transcendental meditation, or any type of Far Eastern meditation. Crystals, very popular on Facebook, these crystals that are going around. Just be careful, folks. Witchcraft, Satanism, voodoo, channeling, reincarnation, astral projection, ESP. This is actually something that I was introduced to very long time ago. Dungeons and Dragons role-playing games. For some very, very weird reason, I was always drawn to the Dungeons and Dragons and the role-playing games. And I'm going to note right here, it says Dungeons and Dragons, period. Role-playing games, period. I played EverQuest, which is a role-playing game, for years, and it was very destructive in my life. Moving on, New Age movement techniques and activities. Necromancy. Again, any involvement whatsoever with any of the above occult activities should be taken down as a major legal right. Once you have written down all of the occult activities they have ever been involved in, then what you will have to do is properly break this kind of legal right with the Lord is take the following 4 steps. Step 1 is to confess this activity out as a direct sin against the Lord in all of his ways. Tell God that you are really sorry for committing these types of direct willful sins against him, as you've been placing demons ahead of God. People who delve into the occult are actually tapping into demons for supernatural guidance in their lives instead of going directly to the Lord for his guidance in their lives. Number 2, step 2, renounce the sin before the Lord, telling God that you will never, ever go back to it again. This sin is so heavy and so serious with the Lord that you can not only have to confess it out as a sin, but you will also have to formally renounce it before God, telling him that you will never dabble or experiment with it again. 3, burn or throw away all objects associated with the occult. This will include all books, all statues, all paintings, all drawings, all notebooks, all jewelry, etc. Demons can continue to remain attached to all these kinds of objects. And if you do not burn or throw all of them away, the demons can continue to remain attached to these objects and thus continue to remain in your house, where they can still attack you. Note, it doesn't tell you to give it to somebody else that's wrapped up in it also. It says burn or throw it away so that you're not influencing somebody else's life. Fully break and sever all ungodly soul ties to any other people they have been closely associated with in the area of the occult that they have been dabbling in. I'll read that again since I'm out of speaking. Coffee. 4, fully break and sever all ungodly soul ties to any other people they have been closely associated with in the area of the occult that they have been dabbling in. Any mentors, teachers, instructors that have been teaching them can all form out a demonic and ungodly soul tie with them. They have to be willing to fully break away from all the people that they've been associated with in a specific area of the occult they have been delving in. Step 4 is tough for many people. This occult word is just some ancient word and nobody really understands it. So especially if you're into role-playing games, and especially if you're into the crystal selling thing, you have an entire Facebook group of friends that all are into this, and astrology and horoscopes. And that step 4 is what they're talking about there with the ungodly soul ties to other people that have been closely associated with the area of the occult and they've been dabbling in. Fully break and sever all ungodly soul ties. That's a really tough step for a lot of people. Personal notes here. When people are going through some of this, it often helps to create a list of people in their life and how they met them and what they do with them. And you don't have to write good or bad people at the top of the lists, but it's important to recognize the people that are in these people's lives that you're trying to help, and whether or not those people are safe. Some people would write this down as a safe list of people. If somebody's just coming out of, let's just say, a daily horoscope, they read the horoscope and look all day for the signs of what the horoscope said is going to happen. Some of the people that are in the horoscope groups and share and talk about their experiences that happen afterwards, those people would be going down on that list as, the ones that you have to break ties with. And you can still witness to them later after those ties are broken, but they definitely have to be, the soul tie has to be broken, and you have to become their teacher and their mentor and their instructor in the way of Jesus Christ. And so I'll get back to the reading. I'm sorry for that little interjection there. Sometimes preaching from experience can help someone understand what I'm reading. Again, we cannot emphasize enough how dangerous and deadly this particular legal right is with demons. The number of Christians we have personally seen who have delved into the occult and who have drawn demons in their lives as a result is quite staggering. And so ends the second section of 13 areas that demons will use as legal rights of the Bible-knowledge.com article on spiritual warfare from Michael Bradley, called Legal Rights of Demons and How to Deal with Them. And we'll be going into the third section shortly.